Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. Uh, Welcome back to another tutorial on the Google Hackathon. If you can hear me, just put a hi in the chat or just put a yes in the chat. I can see there are a lot of people who have joined in. There are 48 people who have joined in, and it's going to be a great session because we have engineers from Google, mentors from Google, who will be teaching you the complete walkthrough on how to create instances on Google Cloud, right? How to use the AMD instances, how to create them on Google Cloud. So we have specialists over here who is going to teach you everything, give you a complete walkthrough, and also take your doubts as well. Okay, so I can see a lot of yes in the chat, and just inform your friends as well, right? You can also inform your friends to join the session so they can also be a part. Even I hope your friends also might be participating in the hackathon with you, so you can also inform them. Uh, Yes, this session will be available on YouTube, I believe, but you can still stay, Harsh, and you can watch the entire session. So I'll encourage everyone to stay till the end of the session because today won't be we won't be showing you any PPT or something like that, but the engineer will do a proper walkthrough on how you can create instances using Google Cloud, and we'll also take all your doubts as well. So whatever questions you have, you can put it in the chat, and at the end we will basically take all your questions. So without any further delay, let me welcome Harsh Dattani, who will basically take the session. Hello, Harsh.
Hello.
uh,
Hi,
welcome
Prakash.
welcome to Geeks for Geeks. It's an absolute honor to have you over here, and
My pleasure.
we believe that the content and the knowledge that you have and whatever you'll share will be valuable to all the students. So without any delay, please, I'll ask you to start the session.
Yes. Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Harsh Dattani. I work for developer relations team in Google. What we'll cover is I'll walk you through Google Cloud Console, how Google Cloud Console looks, and specifically we'll do an exercise of creating instances. So what I recommend, if you have already created free trial account, you can do this exercise along with me. Just do this so that you learn as well, and later on if you don't need that instance you can delete it as well. No, never mind, but just do this exercise along with me if possible. Okay, so I'll quickly share my screen. Give me a second and we can start. Okay, my screen is visible. To request host to, okay, now my screen is also visible. Okay, now perfect. So this is an Google Cloud Console. So whenever we are working on any project, you'll end up in with this Google Cloud Console. Okay, so this console, first page, home page of this console will give you quick access to various services that you are already using or you have used in past. So in my home screen I'm getting quick access to compute engine. I'm getting access to my billing, link to my billing account. I'm getting linked to API and services. So these are the services which I've already used in past or which I've used frequently. So quick access. So what we need to do is, and when you open this left hand side menu, you will get multiple options: marketplace, billing, IAM. So IAM is used for security purposes. IAM helps you to secure your cloud environment. Marketplace has few ready to use solutions, free, paid, both, which can be deployed on your Google Cloud project. You can explore more about marketplace. Compute engine is where you can create your instances, where you can create your TPUs, where you can do GPU specific exercises. Then Kubernetes engine is where you can deploy a Kubernetes cluster. You can deploy your workloads over there. Cloud storage is for storing your data on cloud, where you'll get buckets, and in that buckets you can store your data. So BigQuery is, so these are few services which I have pinned, which I use frequently. So which I have pinned over here. You might not get this same options over there if you have not pinned over there. If I explore all products, see there are multiple products. distributed cloud as well, cloud run, storage, database. There are multiple database solutions available as well, Firestore, Spanner, SQL. So based on your solution which you are working, based on your project which you are working, you can select the available solution from this, available service from this. So I recommend that first define your idea. What is your idea? What kind of services you would need? Do you need a database services? Do you need an AMD instance? How you can create that? Then any kind of networking, like do you need to communicate with other services as well, inter services as well? Then you can go for networking options as well. Okay. Are you implementing any CI/CD pipeline, like continuous integration, continuous delivery, any kind of continuous deploy, any kind of pipeline as well? ठीक है. Analytics tool, if you are using any kind of analytics tool, are you using IoT in your project? Are you using BigQuery to do analysis of your data? Okay, so based on your need, you can select any of the services available from this list. Okay, so we will cover these sessions as well, which helps you know about knowing about all these services. But I recommend that you should explore many of these services which you want to use by your own, search on internet as well. There are many good courses available, many good blogs are also available. So just go through them, and you can learn it very fast. So today we'll cover how to create an compute engine, how to create an AMD instance. So from the left hand side, just navigate to compute engine, click on VM instances. Are you following my step? Like anybody doing parallelly along with me? Anyone? Can write yes or no in comment box. That also helps me know as well. Okay. So once you click on VM instances, you'll end up in this page. Okay, I'll just zoom it as well if that helps. Okay, so you will end up in this page. So this page shows you your existing virtual machines. Okay, so if you have not created any of the VM instances, you might not be able to see. It will be an empty page. But for here, I have created few instances for my practice purposes, so I'm able to see all the instances over here. So now, first step is we'll create the instance. On the top, there is a button to create instance. You can also import an existing VM instance as well, which is out of scope for this demonstration, but you can try that as well, how to import an existing VM. But for today, we'll learn how to create the instance. So basically, what is an VM instance? So VM instance is will give you a virtual operating system on cloud, and it's an virtualization. It will give you a set of virtualized hardwares. It will give you a virtualized operating system as well, based on preferences that you have selected. And in that operating system, you can do your operations. Like, let's say if you want to host a website on GCP, how you would do? So you need to create an instance. It can be a Linux instance, Ubuntu instance, and in that, select AMD as a processor. You can log in into the cloud console and then host your website. So I'm just giving an example how you can do. Okay, so now in this, we'll go through the steps, because in this hackathon, if you are using VM instances, in this hackathon you have to use AMD as the processor service. So we'll cover this part as well. So name of the instance, we'll give this a name. Let's write solving for India. We just write a random name for now. Okay. So when you write, it shows that it should not have any space bar in between. Like, let's say name must consist lowercase. So I need to write everything in lowercase. So this you would learn when you do. Okay. Now, no space. So I've removed all the spaces as well. So write, give your instance a name. Then you can select a region. Region is where your instance will be created, data center where your instance will be created. So you can create, let's select India as a region over here. So you'll be see India, Mumbai here, Asia South 1. I've selected India as a region. Okay. Now, zone. See, What is a zone? If so, every help is available on this cloud platform. You don't need to go anywhere. So if you click on this question mark icon on the right hand side, you'll see zone is a isolated location within a region. So each region is divided into multiple small zones, so which is necessary to for the continuity of the services as well. Let's say what if one zone is down, is not working, you can move it to other zone as well. If one region is not working, other regions help to continue the your services as well. So that's why regions are created, zones are created. So select any zone of your choice. For now we'll select Asia South A, 1A as a zone. Okay, are you getting this? Anyone following? Any confusion? Any confusion till now? Are you following? Just write yes or no. It helps me understand as well quickly. Okay. Yes, no, no. Kautub says no. ठीक है. I don't know what you are not following, but there are folks who are following. But let's see, Kautuk, if you have any doubt, you just post your query over here. We'll try to solve it. Okay. So select machine type. So over here, you'll get multiple machine types as well. Okay. And you need to select your CPU platform. You need to select how many virtual machines you need. Okay. So over here, there'll be in multiple options like micro, small, medium. You'll get multiple options as well. Okay, so let's just go through the steps of creating any one of this instance, and then we'll in next step we'll go through how to select a particular processing as well. Okay, so let's select micro as the instance. Okay, so once we have selected machine type as E2 micro, on the right hand side, you'll be able to see how much it costs. So if you are using free trial account of $300, this amount will be consumed from that $300 credits. Okay, on the right hand side. Now, there are multiple types of machine: micro, small, medium. So based on your need, micro is giving you 1 GB memory, small is giving you 2 GB of memory. Along with it, it gives you zero point 0.5 to 2 virtual CPUs, medium 1 to 2 CPUs. Okay, standard is more CPUs, along with more memory as well. So 2 CPU, 8 GB memory. So based on your need, you can select it. So I'll cover that part. On what basis you will choose your machine, I'll cover that part as well. Don't worry. So then you have high memory machines as well, then you have high CPU machines as well. So now there are two options. There may be a case where you need to do active you need to do more memory specific operations. So there may be a case where you need to do more processing specific operations. Let's say if you are running a model on your VM instance, you need to do more processing specific activities, or sometimes you need to do more memory specific operations. So based on your need, just select. If you need more memory, select, go from this option like 2 virtual CPUs, 16 GB memory. If you need more CPU, if you need high CPU, it says 4 virtual machine, virtual CPU, but 4 GB of memory. So now based on your requirement, okay, you need to select it. And standard gives you a standard configuration like 2 virtual CPUs, 8 GB memory. And these are shared one. Shared core is shared with other cloud customers as well. It's in shared core. So it's a cost effective solution as well. Like if you are just trying and learning things, let's just select micro for now. I'm not covering this E2. I'm just saying you select micro over here. Now, there are various AMD specific solutions available. Okay, so if you have not covered the last session, just go through it. Shilpesh has covered difference between all the AMD instances, N2D, C2D, T2D. So all the differences were covered in last session. So for now, we are selecting N2D. N2D is an instance which is backed by AMD. AMD as a processor. So selected N2D. So now similar options in N2D as well. So that's why I taught you first before what is standard, what is memory specific, what is high CPU specific. So now same options for all the processor types. If I select T to A, I'll get same options over here. If I select N2, I'll get same options. So I'm selecting N2D, N2D for now, and I'll select two virtual CPUs, 8 GB memory. Okay, getting it? Someone is Gaurav is asking what is instance. So instance is an virtual machine, virtual operating system with virtualized hardwares where you can do your processing work. It will give you an operating system similar to your laptop, but everything will be on cloud. You can use that virtualized hardware. You can use that operating system, log in into your console and do your work. So basically, if you simple example is if you need to host your website, you need to create an VM instance, select your operating system processor, log into that Ubuntu console, Linux console, any of the operating system that you selected, and do your work. Perfect. So now it asks for CPU platform. So for now, let's keep it automatic. If you need either of both AMD Milan or AMD Rome, just read about it. For your knowledge purpose, you can read about it, when to use what are their differences or any of the things. I'm just going with automatic option as of now. Okay. So this is ratio. Like if you need one virtual CPU on one core, or if you need two virtual CPUs on one core. Okay. So if you are doing any kind of multi-threading activity, so just click on this question mark and it will help you with all your queries. You don't need to get confused anywhere over here. Just click on the question mark. So if I click, it says if you want to do custom simultaneous multi-threading, you can select your ratios. Okay, I don't think that's in scope for now. For complex projects, you don't need this. If you need to attach any of the GPUs, you can do, but GPUs are not available on all machine types or all zone and region. So you can learn more about GPU. In this session, we are not covering GPU, just basic stuff. But for if you are doing any GPU specific activities, just read about it, which machine types it is available, which zone and region it is available. Okay. So confidential VM services. That is also one of the feature of this GCP and instances is you can encrypt your data, encrypt your memory on your VM instance so that it stays confidential, and keys, that encrypted keys, Google will not have. So it's mentioned over here that this services add protection to your data by keeping memory of this VM encrypted with keys that Google doesn't have. So you can enable confidential VM service as well whenever you are dealing with any kind of sensitive data. So I know some of you are working on healthcare project as well. Some of you are working on fintech project as well. So you can select confidential VM as in service. Just explore that part as well. Okay. So deploying container. If you want to deploy a container image to this VM, you can select this option. But for now, we are not doing it. We'll just go through all the steps. So this is boot disk. So boot disk is so all the parameters what I've written, like my name is there, then persistent disk I'm getting, 10 GB size. If I want to change, I can change those options over here. Image is Debian GNU Linux 11 is the operating system that I'll get. And here I can define the scope of APIs, like how many APIs I want to enable. So for now, I'll click on default access. Second is firewall. So firewall is very important. Like if you want to allow HTTP or HTTPS example, HTTPS traffic, you can select, uh, you can enable those as well. I'll enable HTTP and HTTPS for now. And then there are advanced options like you can secure your VM with, you can increase security with shielded VM as well. You can add SSH keys as well to do SSH login in your VM. So let's not go through it. I don't want to confuse you much. So just write your VM name, select N2D for now, N2D standard. Okay, so N2D provides an AMD backed instance. Then CPU platform, I have selected automatic. No GPUs added. I have not enabled confidential VM services because that's something we'll cover in future sessions. don't want to confuse you. Now I have not deployed any of the containers over here. Boot disk, I have kept it default 10 GB. Allow all the API access, default access. Firewall allowed HTTP and HTTPS access. Now I'll click on create. Okay, some 1 second. Okay, create. So by mistake, I had selected wrong operating system. So now my instance is getting created. If you can see over here on left hand side, this is an loading option. So it shows me that your instance is getting created. In notification bar, okay, it shows now I'm retrying. It will be created. Okay, meantime, it's getting ready. I'll show you what are different instances that I have created, how to log in any of your instance. So this is a page of my VM instances. Okay, so now I'm logging into my Apache and Ubuntu VM instance. So once your instance is ready, once your instance is live, you can click on that instance and you'll come into this page where on left hand side you'll get various options related to the compute engine. Okay. On your right hand side will be a control panel where you can log in into your instance. So just click on any of the instance that you have created. There'll be an option to edit. So edit will let you edit few of those configuration, not all. Edit will let you edit few of those configuration, like firewall you can edit it, network interface you can edit. You can't edit your boot disk configuration. So once it's set, you can't edit it. So now I am into my instance page. Click on SSH. There are various options as well. So if you click on this drop down, there are various options where you need to log into your console through SSH in a browser window, or you need to log in browser window but with a custom port. If you have your private SSH key, do you want to use that as well? Or if you want to use any other SSH client or gcloud command that you want to use. So for simplicity, I'll click on use open that open in a browser window. So are you getting this point? Like, you need to access this. You created your instance. Now you need to access your instance through SSH. So click on open in browser window for now. And I've clicked on open in browser window. So you'll see this kind of tab where it will enable you to log in into your SSH server. So now I am inside my VM instance. So this is the VM instance which I have created. It's a console, Linux based console I've got, and now I can do all my operations over here. I can do ls, I'll be cd/var. I'm into my var folder. Now I have my www folder. If I've installed my Apache, I'll get www folder in this. So now, based on my need, I can install my services in this instance, and I can deploy. Let's say if I'm deploying a website, I need to install Apache or Nginx or whatever server you are using it. If I can deploy my database solutions in this instance as well. If I'm working on a WordPress website, I can install my WordPress website in this. So there are multiple options you can do. So now this similar to your laptop, similar to your computer, personalized computer, this is your own virtualized machine where you can run commands and do your operations. So basic exercise, like instance used for storage, I would not recommend to use instance for only storage, because there are various other storage solutions available in GCP as well. Then someone is asking, can we create nested instances? No, in VM, inside VM, you can't create another VM. So you need to, inside VM, you can't create another VM. So nested VM is not possible. Okay. Could you give some examples of what, like examples of creating instance? So I'm covering few questions as well as I see. So examples of creating instance can be like, let simplest example is deploying a website. If you are deploying your own website, or if you want to do some processing on your instance, if you wrote a Python script, or if your application is running a Python, you can, there are multiple other ways as well, but for this lecture we are covering instance. If you want to run a Python program, in this you can deploy your instance, deploy your Python code, and run it as on the instance, right? So someone is asking, how can I add my exe file and run it? So exe file, you need to select Windows operating system as an instance, and you can use FTP to upload your executable file inside the server, and then you can execute it. So FTP, you need to use file transfer protocol as well to upload a file, download a file. So there, if you want to do upload a single file, over here there is an option to upload a file, download a file as well on the top. If you can see, there are two options: upload a file, download a file. So if I click on upload a file, I'll be able to upload one file in this instance, and if I can download file from this instance as well. Yes, so now I'm back to the screen. So there are various other operations as well that I can do in my instance. Let's say whenever I don't need, I can stop my instance as well. I can power it down as well. So there, so my, I zoom my screen, so that's why. So there are other options as well. So you can stop your instance, you can suspend your instance, you can delete it as well. Okay. So these are various start stop operations, regular start stop operations that you can do. Jupyter Notebook, yes, you can do, like you need to install specific tools to enable you to do it. But there are other solutions as well, which in GCP, which helps you run your notebook. Okay, how can I connect my Flutter app with what? We'll cover it in future sessions. For now, I'm not an Vertex AI expert, so I don't want to confuse you. But you can search over internet, or you can ask on our Discord channel as well. We'll try to cover in future sessions as well. Right. So I told you about few other options that we have. Now let's say if you want to duplicate this instance, there's an easy option called create similar. So I'll just click on create similar, and I'll be able to deploy a similar instance. See, my all the settings are copied over here. My all the settings are copied over here, and I'll be able to deploy a similar instance as well. Right. Okay. Then okay, so one more thing, like in each instance, your each instance will give you a public IP, external IP address. So this is my external IP. If you're deployed a website, you can visit that external IP and your website will be visible. So each instance will come up with an external IP as well, will come up with the internal IP as well. So internal IP is for all in inside GCP, inside your project. If you do want to do some kind of internal communication, external IP is for external facing, like your audience, whom you can share that IP address. You can even attach domain to a VM instance as well. You need to go through cloud DNS as a service. So now, once you know you can create instance, now there are multiple possibilities. So just search over internet, just read articles, read tutorials as well, what you can do, how you can do. So see, don't stop learning, don't stop learning, never stop learning. So if you created your instance, and you, there is a need to create, attach a domain name to your instance, just search how to attach a domain in GCP instance, and you'll get all the steps. Cloud, you need to enable cloud DNS, then you need to assign a name server and all those regular steps. So just follow the steps and your domain will be attached. Second is, someone, if someone is asking how I can enable HTTPS in my instance, just search on internet as well. You'll get to know. So don't wait for entire week for these sessions. Just try, explore, and learn uh, on these instances, because this is, you are on free trial, this is your real time environment. Just learn. So that's what I need to say. So that's all from me for on this, like how to create instances. You can select AMD instances, N2D, T2D. And if you're not attended, not gone through your previous session, you can watch that previous session as well. It shows various type of instances. And in future sessions as well, we'll cover confidential VM. So how you can enable it, how you can create it. If you want to explore, you can do it on your own as well. You are free to do it as well. So now we can cover few doubts that you have. Is it compulsory to stop instance? Not compulsory basically, but if you don't want to use, you can stop it. So it will save your billing as well. Like you will only get charged when your instance is live. And so stop will charge you, suspend will not. So if you are deleting your instance, it will not charge you, but stop will still charge you for your storage that you are using. It will not charge you for the processing, but for storage, it will definitely charge. So not compulsory, if based on your requirement, you can do. How can you use machine learning APIs or services on Google Cloud to enhance instance capabilities? So there are many ways you can enhance your instance capabilities. First is go for high, if specific to machine learning side, I'm saying like go for high processing instance, add a GPU to it, and then machine learning APIs or services. And there are multiple APIs and services available, but that will communicate to that specific services. If let's say if you are using ML autorun, then it will communicate to that specific service. It will not enhance capability of your existing instance, but you'll through APIs you will be able to communicate to other machine learning services in GCP, right? How to add GCP and AMD instance. So see boss, just this video, just go through this again as well. I have covered how to create AMD instance inside GCP. So Google Cloud is a product. Instances, VM instance is one of the service. In that VM instance, AMD provides processing solution. So you just go through this, go through this entire video. You'll be able to. I've given background about what is the console, how to navigate to VM instance, how to create an instance, and select AMD as processor type in that. Okay, just to continue the conversation, like any of the ideas, any of the projects that you are working, like you can write your domain name as well. Sorry, domain as well. Like, are you working on fintech solution? Are you working on healthcare solution? Anyone working on blockchain? What kind of ideas you are working? I'm not saying you to disclose that idea, but just write verticals where you are working. Agrotech, fintech, nice. Healthcare as well, very good. Good, good, good. I'm working on healthcare, nice. So, how is your learning experience with GCP? Like, just if you any kind, you can use Discord channel as well to give your specific feedback, to ask your questions as well. And we have a team of moderators, experts in GCP who can help you over there. So, someone is asking our client project using Python, Salesforce. Can you please some knowledge on those? Sir, I'm here to provide knowledge on instances only. For this session, I'm restricting myself to VM instances. For Python, Salesforce, Heroku, PostgreSQL, I'm not able to understand your question. You're just writing services name over here, so you can search over internet as well. Sorry, not able to help you right now. Healthcare में क्या कर सकते हैं VM instances? See, there are multiple options. You have your operating system deployed in VM instance. So now explore your what you can do locally in your computer, you can do same in VM instance as well. So there is no limitation as such. Firebase is part one of the services, so it goes into your same free trial billing account. For any comparative analysis, you can read various articles. I won't be able to give you any kind of comparison between various service providers. Okay. What I think we are done for the day. I don't see any more questions. If you have, let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. You can post your questions over here, or we'll take it in Discord.
Hi, Harsh.
Hi, hi.
Okay. So I think we can end the session because there are no further questions. Guys, if you have any other questions, you can just put the question on Discord, and there are moderators and there are mentors over there who will help you out with the questions. And if you are facing still difficulties in how to create instances, you can still go through the video again and get help in clearing all your doubts. Just to give you a reminder that there will be few sessions. There will be a session on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So there are 5 sessions on 5 different topics, right? So whichever topic you have taken, you can attend those sessions. And even if you have not taken that topic, you can still attend the session and just get to know how you can, about the ideation as well. So there are a lot of people who have this question about ideation. So you can come to these sessions on the different domains like health tech, agro tech, fintech, and you can come and you can get your doubts cleared about ideation as well. And whatever doubts you have been having now related to the tech stacks that you all have been putting related to Python and different other things as well. So you can ask the questions in those sessions, and the mentor will be there to help you out. Keep joining the sessions till this entire week. We'll be having 5 different sessions, and the sessions will be taken by mentors, expert mentors from Google and AMD. So you can join and get a hold of it. So
Right.
that's it from this session. We'll see
Yes.
you soon.
Thank you, Prakash. Just one. Sorry. One
Yeah.
question I just noticed over here. Like, can I host my website on App Engine? Sorry, didn't saw that question. So yes, you can host your website on App Engine, but it should be a static website like CSS, HTML, JavaScript based. You can't host dynamic website on App Engine. It should be a static website. I'll just paste the link as well of the documentation. 1 minute, you can go through it and you can host your static website over here. Right. In chat box, I've given you the link. Just visit it, follow the steps, and you will be able to host your website on App Engine.
Are you taking any other questions, Harsh?
No, done. I think.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Harsh. Thank you for all the information and guiding the people. It was a really knowledgeable session. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, everyone. All the best.
Okay, guys, so we'll end the session. Do remember to join the session from 12th to 16th as a final reminder about the different domain specific sessions which are going to be there on the 5 different domains, and mentors from Google and AMD will be coming and taking you through to the sessions. So do remember to join in and ask your doubts over there. So we'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.